you doing? Already waking up? How many of you are a little surprised? Not much, huh? What did you notice as you were filling it in? If you stand, we have microphones that we can take to you. Filling this worksheet, what did you become aware of?
Pretty much what you said, that my being focused on a tough moment and being truthful about how I felt at the time and then writing it down was a feeling that I ignored for some time just because it's not pretty.
Yeah.
And but it's true. It actually happened in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's what you were thinking and believing is it's really revealing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and very humbling for some of us. Thank you. Anyone else? What did you yes? If you stand, the mic runners know where to bring the microphone. Thank you for that.
My question is, what if you don't want anything to do with this person ever again, going through this process?
On statement 6, I would say, what do I never want to experience again with that person? I never want to see that person again.
Right. So
ever,
earlier
ever.
it says what would, in order for you to be happy.
Well, that's statement 5. No, I'm sorry. I'm not
4.
sorry at all. That's statement 4.
So if nothing she does would ever make me happy again, and I'm not even open to it.
Well, we're talking about in that situation.
Yeah.
That's not now. That was what you were thinking and believing then.
Okay. You mean, but now I still believe I want nothing whatsoever to do with this person.
And that's for statement 6.
Okay.
That's the thing you never want to experience again.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Does this work when it's kind of like a violation?
If you stand, please.
Oh.
Oh, well, no, you don't have to. That's what I love about life. You never have to do anything.
Does this process work if there's been a violation?
For me, yes. And that's an interesting question for me to answer, because before the work, violated. After the work, whoops. But that's
No, but a
just
true,
me.
like, I mean, I don't really want to, I mean, like would you use this in any circumstance?
I wouldn't hesitate, and I haven't.
Even in like the case?
Freedom is our birthright. Annie Mae says, most damn fools are starving to death, and life is a banquet. Anyone else? What did you experience? Yes. So microphone here. Thank you.
So for me, it was very interesting. When I started, it was about the other person, what I hated and what I didn't want them to do. And then when I ended, it was like how I should have not done something. Like I didn't want me to get angry, and I didn't want me to get for me to ever get in that state again.
Yes.
So it's kind of went from the other person to me in the end.
Yes, and we can all relate to that. But look at the thoughts you were believing. That's what you've written on the sheet. When you consider the thoughts you were believing, how could you not be angry? Not possible. Yes. If you stand, they'll, yeah. Thank you.
I was just going to say that what I feel it's the most after writing, especially 6 or even 5, step 5, is stupid. Like I feel
Well, look at what you were thinking and believing. In statement 5, what were you believing?
that this person is just name calling them unreliable, dumb, flaky, and that feels really immature to say.
Yeah, when we look back, that's just courageous of you to write it down. But it's honest. It's like we're going back. We're taking dictation of what we were thinking and believing then. Now, what did you just read? Read it again.
Jordan is unreliable.
Okay. Have you met anyone since Jordan that was also unreliable?
Yes.
It's gonna continue. That's the life of a believer. No choice. Any of you meet someone is there anyone here that has never met someone that was not unreliable? Did I say it? Yeah, so it's like a universal belief, okay? So look at the situation with that that unreliable person. Okay, so that person is unreliable. What was the situation? So she lied to you.
She made a commitment to me and didn't keep it.
Okay, she made a commitment to you and didn't keep it. Okay, have you ever made a commitment that you didn't keep?
Yeah.
You
A lot.
know, we all know you. You're unreliable. You know what that leaves? That leaves no reliable people in this world. So she's unreliable, but how do we anchor that? We see these images. Who would like to do the work? Okay, so this gentleman, I asked who, and then this gentleman, the first gentleman that stood up, would you like to do the work? Let's do the work. So I invite you to step into my parlor. So in the meantime, while he's being mic'd up to come here, any questions? I don't want to waste not one moment. My time with you, I just value it so deeply. You're free. And then these thoughts cross your head, and you see images of past and future, and you think that that's who you see and what you see, and it's not. Well, it is if you believe it is. So the microphone? Right, yeah.
Can you go into more detail about, like, in the case of someone who's been raped? Like, for number 6, you say, I never want to, and what if the person said, I never want to be raped again? And then at the end of the sheet, you say, go through the work and say to yourself, I look forward to...
As you're talking, did you see images of someone being raped?
Yeah.
Oh, stop that.
Wait, what?
I mean, who brought up... Look what's going on in your head.
Okay.
It's like, I don't ever want to be raped again. Have you ever been fearful that you would be raped?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at what you're thinking and believing, you see an image. When you have fear of being raped, you're watching that image of you being raped, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see that image.
I haven't actually personally been raped, so I don't...
Well, that wasn't the question you were answering. You see that image of you being raped when you're fearful of being raped.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. That image, is that you?
No.
Good. So now you know the difference between reality and fiction. What's real and what's not. But we watch it, and it's so powerful, we begin to fear it. This, through our mind's eye, it becomes so vivid, and we don't realize we're watching it, and then we put it on someone. Oh, I'm glad I've never been raped, and oh, that poor thing. And I'm not talking about right or wrong here. I'm just going for the jugular because we don't have much time. We have we're going to work this all the way through, and I don't want to lead you. Okay, sweetheart, so why don't you sit here, and do you have your worksheet?
It's right there.
Okay, would you? Yeah, well, let's get closer to that. And it's not rape, that's too close to people. It's like this, one of those like taboos. But let's say if someone, so sweetheart, sit right there and I'll join you. And if someone slaps me as hard as they can, why am I so happy? It's over. I'm not crazy anymore. I'm grateful. I'm not grateful that, let's say, he hit me. I'm grateful it's over. You know, if I'm going, oh, he hurt, oh, did you see what, oh, okay, so what's happening in my head? I'm keeping it alive. That's not right or wrong. It's just that I'm believing my thoughts. I'm my own victim, and I'm calling it him. How many of you are okay with this so far? Oh, good. Okay, and if you don't agree with me, he's a terrible person, then you can't be my friend for sure. You're unsympathetic. I mean, I only hang out with people who are sure it's a fearful world. If it's a fearful world, I look to this. The world is perfect. It's what I'm thinking and believing about the world that could use a little work. And I don't call this the work for nothing. You lose your identity here. Every time you sit in yourself meditating on these questions, which we're about to sit in, identity begins to fall away.